So my full name is Andrea Coleman. My role is the artist. So I will be creating two pieces within the Sankofa Garden, community garden, that will be, I guess, these two monuments, as I talked about, and this place where celebration of Black folks is created. Andrea is old school. I grew up in Chicago Heights. So a lot of people say the hundreds. I grew up in the 200s or the hundreds. And I have a lot of family that's in Alabama, Mississippi, and then we came to Chicago, and then all my people settled in Chicago Heights. I began doing art very young, just pretty much sketching on the TV, and but then I wanted to kind of like tell the stories of my kinfolks. I was that girl that sat at the grown folks tables and listened to the stories from different perspectives, and they was always so colorful. But I always thought, from trauma to celebration to all these things, there was so much layers to my family, and it was so many layers to me. Trying to figure out who I was and who was the people that created me, and who was what was the fabric of that, and how can I honor that in a way to where I can bring it forth today. As I was doing art growing up in undergrad, trauma was the big thing, and using that to kind of on display, for white folks, and this is all the trauma we built on. So it's a particular type of aesthetic people were going towards during that time, and I was kind of tired of it. I was like, you can argue with your kinfolks, you can argue with Black folks, anybody, and we will always still come together and have this laughter and jokes and camaraderie that would kind of like bring us and tie us back together. So, and that resilience is something I was so inspired by. So I like to showcase it in my work. My process is that I'll take a photo album or photo image of like past images of my family, and it'll be something that speaks to me about the image, and I'll take it, I'll scan it, and then I'll blow it up and digitally manipulate it based off, the memories that I've heard of, the perspectives, the stories of this particular setting and of this particular photo. And I'll blow it up on canvas or on fabric based off how I want it to be represented. And it'll showcased in that way. But it is very colorful. There is fragmentations of whiteness into it based off what I previously stated about like some of the information that I'll never know, or the trauma that's laid within those cracks. I've showcased my work all around Chicago, and even, white folks will be like, I don't know what it is. And I was like, you don't know what it is. You're not Black. But I understand, your enamoredness to it, because that's what you see within us and why people want to be around us.